Hey there, welcome to the Art of Body Sculpting 33-day challenge. Today we're going to be using the leg press to try to create that mind-muscle connection and hit different areas of your legs, your thighs, your glutes. Now the simplest way to do that is just by changing your foot position. Typically, with your feet down low, lower on the platform, closer together, you're going to hit your quadriceps a little bit more. Now wider, toes out, you're going to hit the inner thighs a bit more, as well as the hamstrings. How low you go is also going to influence where you feel this exercise the most. So I find if you come down too low, even when you're working the quads here, if you come down too low, you're going to get some more like glute activation as well as hitting the lower back. A few things that you want to be careful of is to not come down too low. If you come down so much that your pelvis is tilting, you're taking the emphasis off of your legs. So it's really a shorter range of motion. It's not a huge range of motion for this. You want to keep your back pressed firmly against her. You don't want the pelvis tilting. A few things that I want you to try to focus on with this. Nice, slow, controlled movement. I want you to see if you can put different tension on your feet. How the pressure, if you're putting more stress on the outside of your feet compared to the inside of your feet, more pressure towards your toes or your heels, what kind of a difference that makes. You may notice, especially when you're in the wide position here, if you create some inward tension by pushing your feet together, right away you feel your inner thighs engaged. So it's going to emphasize those muscles even more than just having your feet in this position. So try to create some tension here, inwards, feel a nice squeezing of the inner thighs as well as the hamstrings. Nice and controlled. Keeping that inner tension the whole time. Another thing you can play around with your feet in, a little bit lower, a little bit closer together, is how does it feel if you're putting pressure upwards? Can you get some more quad involvement here? Toes going up, nice and controlled on the way down. Also keeping your knees in. Don't let your knees flare out for this one. Keep them in line with your toes. I want you to try to keep the pressure for this one on your quads. Try to turn off the hamstrings. Try to keep all the tension on your quads here. One way that I like to keep the tension here is to not fully extend at the top and to not pause at the top. A few things to be aware of. Before you start to lower the weight, try to keep all the tension here in your quads. So it's up at the top. Don't just let the weight drop. I want you to feel the tension right here in the quads. Nice and controlled, and then push with those muscles. Really try to get your mind here. If I don't feel leg press, a lot of people really focus on the hip, upper thigh area. See if you can get your tension right here by pushing up, keeping the pressure right here. And when you want to hit your hamstrings and glutes, go a little bit wider and squeeze that tension in. That's it. That's basically the thing. Is just try to learn how to turn off either your quads or turn off your hamstrings. Place more focus and attention on the muscles, the target muscles that you're trying to hit.